So I'm just reading through the chat and trying to synthesize a number of the early questions, and they're sort of going in the direction, if you see that the trend over the past 50 years, how has management changed? And then with the view towards the 2030 agenda, do you think it's changing enough? Is an organization at this point able to help and facilitate a 2030 sustainable development agenda? And what if it isn't?
Well, how has management changed? For one thing, it's been transformed into leadership. And we got, all these articles, or a few of them, from starting with Bennis and others, and Cotter following suit, as always. The leadership is somehow better and superior and more important than management. So what we get now is what I call lofty leadership, and not enough engaging management. First of all, you can't separate leadership from management. It's leaders who don't manage don't know what's going on, and that's not the kind of management anybody wants. And so we need leadership and management coupled together, and there's still plenty of wonderful grounded management around. Just read about the entrepreneurs, read about Steve Jobs, who spent his mornings in the labs developing products. I mean, what was this guy doing developing products? What book in management ever said that the chief executive of a big corporation should spend every single morning developing products? I mean, that's terrible. He had some he got his own patents sometimes from what he was doing in the morning. Well, what was he doing that? That's all wrong. More, not he, but his company together created more shareholder value than anybody in the history of business. Doesn't matter. The fact is, he was doing it wrong. So we got all these distorted views. So how's management changed? It's ceased to be. It's gotten away from its roots in both senses. The roots in the other sense, with roots in the sense of being grounded. It's gotten away from that, and that is has been very, very destructive. And just to close what I'm saying about that question, management fundamentally doesn't change. It's not like engineering where you have to be, sort of the latest. You have to, the context of management changes, the environment changes, markets change, all kinds of things change. The practice of management is fundamental. It doesn't change. And the fact that it's become so detached has damaged it very seriously. And as I said in one of my talks, the number of times people come up to me and complain bitterly about their bosses. They don't know what's going on. They're issuing all these orders. They don't know what's happening on the ground. They're not meeting customers. The number of times this happens to me is, one time was 4 people in 1 week came up and sort of raised this issue with me.